ass is accountable. We're not gonna wait until the door's about to close. The door's wide open right now, and they need to roll their eyes every time your number pops up. Your phone number pops up in their phone. You need to. They need to be like, this one again, and they need to be annoyed when they see you. That's the only way this thing works. That's the only way this thing works. Because we have been, if you're going to stay here, and that's only if you're going to stay here, you need to engage, get involved, get into it, and make things work for you. As we say in the street, work your numbers. So understand what their platform is. Then, when you understand that platform, you, as I said, you've created this village. You should be going in the process of creating the village now or whenever. ASAP. As you're creating this village, you're also determining what your community needs. Simple things, if you don't know. Trash receptacles at every corner so the trash is not floating up and down your community every day. So now your community looks better. You feel better about where you live because it looks better. Wi-Fi availability to lower income people because our kids are at home learning. Where's all this parking ticket money and citation money going to? It needs to be going to every one of our young people so they can get laptops so they can do this e-learning. Then you need to be talking about having our young people on these Zoom meetings with counselors, guidance counselors, so they can decide what they're going to be. And you need to be pointing your kids in the direction of what they're going to be. There's no such thing as too young to be thinking about the future. Because when you in 5th grade or 4th grade, you need to be determining which high school. I don't know how it works in your high school, but in Chicago, you can test into any high school in the city. You need to be determining which high school you want your kid to go to because his dream is to do this, and this high school excels in that area. And if your school system doesn't allow that, you need to be fighting to get those programs into your kids' schools and your neighbors' kids and everybody. Be annoying. We have, oh man, Barack Obama didn't do anything for us. We ain't asked him for anything. He gave us exactly what we asked him for. And then that whole narrative about Barack Obama not doing anything. This dude, Donald Trump, has let like 6 people go. During the Obama administration, they let 1,800 people out of jail. 1,800 people. That's a minuscule amount of people, seeing how 4 million people went to jail. But when you listening to these TVs and listen, oh man, it's this and it's that, miss me. I'm 50 years old. I fractured the law 2 in my day. I remember when the crime bill came down. I remember C. Dolores Tucker. I remember the alderman in my district, Walter Burnett. I remember all these people, Wallace Gator Bradley, all these people, Maxine Waters, all these people were crying for this. But your guys have allowed, a lot of people, I'm not going to say you guys, a lot of people have allowed the Republican Party to skate on this because it went through unanimously on the Republican side. And for all those who hate this guy, hate that guy, hey man, I know, I'm going to give you one example of what I'm talking about, why that crime bill was truly passed. I know a dude named Thad. That ain't really his name, but it's another dude that's like that, named Thad as well. But I know this dude named Thad. In the midst of this thing that we call the crack era and the crack epidemic, Thad got put in the trunk. In 1992, ironically. I've yet to see Thad again. I've been standing next to somebody who got their brain shot out of their head in the midst of this crack epidemic. So, Everybody with this, oh man, they did this to us and this party, because let's just be honest, let's keep it funky. You set your ass at home and waited for people to do things instead of getting your ass out there and doing it. And the people who I can remember talking this same talk on the streets. And you know what people used to tell me? Oh man, go on with that black shit. I ain't with that black shit. I can remember being in a car with a homie, God rest his soul. He talked about black power from Chicago, Illinois, till we got to Paducah, Kentucky. I played Public Enemy, and he said, I don't want to hear that black shit. Put on some Mobb Deep. You see this? This is what I'm talking about. So you cannot complain about your conditions, and then when people present opportunities to pull you out of that, you don't want to engage. That's why I said create the community and hold people accountable. Y'all, if you listened to my show 2 weeks ago, you heard one of my homies call in. And I told him to challenge me. No phone calls. He said on live on air, oh no, man, I don't want to hold your feet to the fire. But what's the problem? If you are going to challenge, if you are going to expect change, everybody needs to be called out. Bring everybody out to the carpet, and whoever feet dirty, you need to, hey man, your feet dirty. This is not working. Period. That's the way it works. But we don't want to be held. We don't want people to hold. We don't want to hold people accountable. It seems, from my point of view, because they're gonna hold you accountable too. But I'm with the smoke. I don't mind. Whatever flaw I got, tell me about it. Because guess what? If you don't tell me it's gonna continue, and if it continues, we get nowhere. So create this community. We hold each other accountable, and we grow. No more of that, oh man, I can't tell nobody what to do with their money. Yes, you can if you put it in their pocket. Or, you know what? Correction. You can. But you can't tell me what to do with my time anymore either. So if you talking against my best interest, I don't give a damn if I go out tonight after this show and win the fucking Powerball. Big Illinois is like he closer to me than my own blood brothers. And one of them in the damn chat room. No disrespect to him. But that don't make Big Illinois a millionaire because I am. He'll be taken care of as well as my brothers. But Big Illinois cousin. I got cousins that I don't know, that I don't communicate with. That's not fixing their lives. So when you say, I'm not going to hold somebody's feet to the fire because they got the right, well, you know what? You got the right to not dedicate your time to them as well. So we have to hold each other accountable. Scientific socialism. We are because I am because we are Bantu. I mean, Ubuntu. We have to live in that frame of mind. Because guess what? The other way we've been trying it for 157 years don't seem to be working. It does not seem to be working. Now, I want people to understand this. I'll just continue to use myself. 1988, I voted for my first time. I did not vote for Walter Mondale, the Democratic option. I voted for George H.W. Bush. Because on paper, the Republicans made sense. I read all the pamphlets. This is my first time voting. It's going down. I'm big time. I was wrong as 2 left feet. But guess what? This is when you, Sankofa, you look back and you see what the problems were, because the problems that already happened are just going around the block. There's nothing wrong with being a black Republican, as long as you are a black Republican and not a Republican. And what that means is this: If you like the ideals of the Republican Party, as long as you don't sell out your community, do that. If that's the way you see it, do it. And then the people on this side, as long as we are, again, we have no common allies, we only have common issues. If you want to attack it from the Republican side, cool. And then you're going to come back and we're going to have conversations and we're going to decide, well, this is not what's good for us and we're going to do it. We're going to come as a collective, we can do that. But then you're going to have people on the other side of the aisle too. And they're going to work it the Democrat way. But again, since we are a community, we always will bottleneck back at the end, at the top of the bottle, have this conversation, go back down into the bottle, and you're on the Republican side, I'm on the Democratic side, and we are going to be fighting for the one cause, the greater good of us. No common allies, one common cause. Guess what? If you look back 12 years ago, they called it the Tea Party. They infiltrated the Republican Party with their own agenda, set the stage, and bam, here we are. We must do the same thing. You can have a different ideology, but if your goal is the advancement, hey, it's the NAACP, the National Coalition, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And I know colored ain't what we call, but you understand. That's what you have to do. See, because I'm not aligning myself with no damn body. Nobody. Because while we yelling and screaming, the Republicans let Breonna Taylor's killers get away. No, they didn't. Newsflash, folks. The state of Kentucky is 52% registered Democrats. Daniel Cameron is a crony of Mitch McConnell. How the hell Mitch McConnell and Daniel Cameron is in office is beyond me. But it ain't. You didn't get your ass up and go vote. The blood of Breonna Taylor is on the hands of the people who set their asses at home and let this clown stay and get in office. Period. Period. That's how it works. So if you live in Kentucky and you listening and you're a registered Democrat and you didn't vote and you let Daniel Cameron get his job, get that job, you're why she's dead. If you didn't vote Mitch McConnell out 6 years ago, you're why she's dead. On the other hand, you see my man up in Minnesota, he doing this thing. It's a brother. He is on that George Floyd get down. First Muslim to be promoted to that position. I'm telling you, that shit is unreal. Unreal. But this brother is doing his thing up there, and he ain't about to allow the Breonna Taylor's cuss, because whether it was intentional or not, this brother is bidding for you. And if you don't have nobody bidding for you in the state house and the state representative and the state's attorney's office or anything like that, then guess what happens? You and only you get smashed. Because everybody else got things in order. Everybody else got things in play. And they saying, oh, well, we gonna do what we need to do. Period. But we're not strategically fighting that fight. We are complaining laterally. We can no longer complain laterally if we want success. Period. No more complaining to Gigi. No more complaining to Shelly Q. No more complaining to Joe from Houston. We're going to get together as groups. We're going to create petitions. And we're going to send it to these representatives. And we're going to make phone calls. We're going to send emails. And if you don't respond to us, you will be one of us. And we will find somebody in the midst of us who can do the job. Find out what your community needs. Create committees on each block. It's really, they're doing it on Zoom now, so you don't really have a reason not to be in play. Another thing,